Hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today's video I am going to be doing a bit of an interview and a tag with Saci Lloyd, author of a plethora of books, including her new novel, which is It's the End of the World as We Know It. Saci is displaying the new gorgeous cover of the book. Saci, tell us about the book. What's it about?
This is It's the End of the World as We Know It. It is a comedy, science fiction, futuristic novel set on a parallel Earth that is, and it's one of the universe's worst days because suddenly, on this day, the universe gains another 7 billion Californians. This is a book for people who hate cats, who love cats. This is a book full of strange robots, synthetics, revolutionaries, pirates, a psychotic parrot,
pansexual female. Thank
you for that. A pansexual female who makes Nicki Minaj look like nothing. This is quite a book, my friends.
It certainly is. It certainly is. That was great.
Thank you.
I like that one.
I just pulled that from the depths, man.
I'll start crying. So you've written a plethora of books as well, which if you stick around to the end of the video, you can enter to win the full collection of the books.
Plethora.
Sorry, I forgot to grab them. So stick around to the end of the video where you can enter to win the plethora of her books, starting with It's the End of the World as We Know It, which has been explained. Also book 1 and 2 in the Carbon Diaries.
Carbon Diaries series as my first ever books. Told from the point of view of a very pissed off London teenager in the first year of carbon rationing.
We have Monument.
No, Momentum.
Momentum.
Hey! Set in near future London. This is a gripping, action-filled, parkour, high-octane fueled chase across London. It's about politics. It's about the environment. It's about oil. It's about everything.
And Quantum Drop.
This is a dark, gripping sort of virtual reality thing, again set in near future London, where a boy tries to find this girl, the killers of his girlfriend.
Dun dun dun.
Look at that.
So many books. So what I thought we can do is just ask where your inspiration. Oh, if I take them off before you, I'll look after them. Very, very carefully. Oh, down goes the mic. So what I'm going to do now is ask you where your inspiration came from this wonderful book.
Okay, from a lot of places. Now, definitely one of the big inspirations for this book came from kind of comedy science fiction, the comedy science fiction classic of all time, which is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was very interested in that book because it's got lots and lots of really interesting ideas, but obviously what's great about that book is it's funny. And so I really looked at Hitchhikers. You can see here when I do my ideas for books, I do lots of little drawings, and here's the Vogon ship, the improbability drive, there's the do not panic, there's the question of life, the universe and everything. I don't use any of these things in my novel, but it was just this thing of looking at how a great master of comedy can take ideas and turn them into great lively characters and great themes that can run through a book. So that was definitely one of my great inspirations for this. I wanted to start working with two worlds, and one is our Earth and the other is this parallel world called Deva. And really this book, in a way, it's like a kind of, it's got an element of Gulliver's Travels to it, because it's a bit like, what would our world, because I am quite a political writer, so it's like, what would our world look like if kind of early 21st century capitalism and free markets were allowed to just run amok with society? But it's not dystopian, it's not dark, it's funny. So my basic conclusion is it would be a great big funny mess, and that's the kind of things that I try and create.
And it definitely comes across really, really well. I read an early edition of the book, and I was sat out in public in a local town, outside the smoothie bar reading it, and people must have walked past me thinking, what is this guy reading these massive white pages with all this writing on? And it's something that I wouldn't have necessarily picked up in a bookstore because, as you know, I love my paranormal. I thank Emma, the lovely editor at Hachette, who sent me the early copy, and I read it straight away, and it was just brilliant. It was definitely a very laugh out loud book. There was some just amazing scenes involving the fat cats and the pansexual females. So you have Z and Do, who most probably are my favourite characters, and these two cute little cubes that, ride on these small little surfboards through these wormholes or rips in time and space to the different destinations, and I loved them. I thought the characters were great. Now, who was your favourite character to write for?
Oh, Trixie. There's lots of different... I mean, Onska was obviously a great favourite to write.
Absolutely.
She is... she's kind of, if you imagine, kind of all of those great internet cats of our age, so she's kind of like Grumpy Cat.
Yeah.
But combined, she's like the head of a corporation. So if you imagine Facebook and, Shell and Monsanto and... PayPal and every large corporation in the world rolled into one. Onska is the head of it, and she's actually she's a combination of a very, very overweight Burmese cat with an overbite mixed with a kind of an algorithm that's been built from teenage desire and maxed out dad's credit cards. So she's like this fearsome shopping cat. Yeah. So she was quite a lot, and she speaks like a lolcat. Yeah. So she was a lot of fun to write. Ian Do were very charming to write because they say everything backwards. But but there's lots of... what I really enjoyed doing was there's lots of synthetics and robots in there because, people often write robots as very logical and cold. Whereas, I do lots and lots of research for books, which I'm going to talk about later. And one of the interesting things about robots is that they're going to really be built on... intelligence isn't just a human thing. So... in this book, some robots are real machine separatists, whereas others are kind of Buddha bots. Others are like hippie robots. Mm-hmm. They want to slow down. They rust themselves on purpose. Mm-hmm. They think it's machines have made a huge error going after intelligence. They think that love is the most important thing. So there's all that kind of stuff going on. Kix is a kind of kick-ass pansexual girl who makes Nicki Minaj look like your grandmother. She's quite something. There's Mikey Malone, who's this Earth boy. It's like a kind of young Seth Rogen. He's a bit of a loser on Earth, but David, he sort of starts to find himself and become quite a lot more of a hero. There's Bitzer, whose Kix is this tiny little synthetic... he started out as this family of Bitzer bots who started out as an educational tool, but then they all went crazy and they had to melt them down. But Bitzer escaped the melting down. So we're all renegades, really. Yeah, lots of... and that's what I really love to write about, is renegades taking on the mainstream and crushing it into oblivion. Yeah. That's my main story, really, in life.
So what I thought I'd do now is, as you all know, I love the Reading Habits tag, and I've got a couple of questions that I want to ask you and see what your pick is, because I know it's very different from being a reader and a writer, that our reading habits might be completely polar opposite. So starting off, do you break the spine or do you keep it looking brand new? Break the spine.
Break that spine.
Okay. Slight panic attack. It's fine. I just keep my books over here and the books for the giveaways.
Do not break the spine.
No, absolutely. And do you dog ear your pages or do you use a bookmark?
Dog.
You dog ear your pages?
Yes.
Right. Awesome.
You're looking at me like I'm never ever going to come in your house.
No, it's fine. It's good. They're well loved.
Yes,
they're well loved.
They are well loved. I write on them as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it gets worse. Time for the giveaway.
Hey.
If you'd like to enter to win the signed collection of the plethora of books, what you have to do is one of two things. You can either enter via Twitter by posting this video on Twitter with both of our Twitter handles, mine being Benjamin of Tomes,
Saci Lloyd,
links down below, with the hashtag FatCat. You can do the same over on Tumblr by following
Saci Lloyd
and posting the video with the hashtag FatCat. We will be checking all entries and one winner will be picked in a month's time, and I will announce it in a video where you can win these signed books. So definitely go and do that, and also let me know down in the comments below what you think. Have you read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Are you going to read this book? Do you think it's something you'll like? Are you excited to read about fat cats? Do you like cats? Do you not like cats? So many questions. They all need answering. Thank you so much for being on my channel today.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.